Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss about polycentric approach. Previously we have already discussed about ethnocentric approach, and here we are going to discuss about polycentric approach and regiocentric approach. So in polycentric approach, as the companies begin to recognize the importance of inherent differences in overseas market, a polycentric attitude emerges. The prevalent philosophy at this stage is that local personnel and techniques are best suited to deal with local market conditions. Subsidiaries are established in overseas market and each subsidiary operates independently of the others and establishes its own marketing objectives and plans. The environment of each market is considered while formulating the marketing strategy. The important merit of polycentrism is to adopt business strategies to the local conditions. So, in case of polycentric approach, the nationals of the host country are recruited for the managerial position. The parent country will be in the domestic parent company will be in the domestic country, and there will be subsidiary companies in the host country. So in case of polycentric approach, the nationals of the host country are recruited for managerial position to carry out the operations of the subsidiary company. The rationale behind this approach is that locals of the host country know their culture better and can run the business more efficiently when compared to foreign counterparts. So, in case of polycentric approach, in ethnocentric approach, we understood that they are giving more importance to domestic markets. In case of polycentric approach, they are giving to domestic market, giving importance to domestic market as well as foreign markets. So, in case of polycentric approach, they will be having separate managerial positions or persons to carry out managerial activities in the host country also. So, in polycentric approach, they are having an idea, they are holding an idea that the persons in the local or the local persons in the host country can know more about their culture, and they can also run business more efficiently when compared to their foreign counterparts. So they are behind an idea that the persons, if they are going internationally, they are adopting personals from that particular country itself, and they are under the concept that the persons or the locals will be having more idea about their country and they can manage the business well in that particular country. Okay, so that is the idea behind polycentric approach. And in case of polycentric approach, we can have a simple idea from this. Polycentric approach is multinational orientation, and the marketing is characterized by adaptation strategy. That is, they are adapting the managerial or they are giving more importance to that particular foreign country. And polycentrism is more or less opposite of ethnocentric approach. That means they are giving in ethnocentric approach they are giving more importance to domestic country, and in case of polycentrism they are giving importance to international country or the foreign country also in which they are doing business, and the companies can establish foreign subsidiary and empowers its executive. In polycentrism, they are establishing a foreign subsidiary in the foreign country and they are empowering the executives from that particular country itself. And in case of polycentric orientation, the managing director will be from the home country and he will be having a CEO, Chief Executive Officer, and the subsidiary company. And under the managing director, he will be having a manager for research and development, a marketing manager, production manager, finance manager, as well as human resource manager, and under the supervision of all these managers they will be having assistant managers for various departments also. So that is about polycentric orientation. Then next we can see about regiocentric orientation. So in case of regiocentric orientation, a company views different regions as different markets. A particular region with a certain important common marketing characteristics is regarded as a single market, ignoring national boundaries. And strategy, integration, organizational approach, and product policy tend to be implemented at regional headquarters on the one hand, and between regional headquarters and individual subsidiaries on the other hand. So from the name itself, we can understand that it is a regiocentric approach. So they are giving more importance to a particular region. So the whole country will be divided on the basis of region. So the marketing area where they are having some common characteristics will be coming under a particular region, and they are giving more importance to that particular region, the needs and wants of customers of that particular region. In the same way, the whole market or the whole country will be divided into different regions, and in different region they will be having different headquarters, and they will be having their own apart from the rules and regulations and policies and objectives of the main headquarters, in the subsidiary headquarters or the regional headquarters will be having their own objectives, policies, and principles in order to attract the customers in the market. So, in case of regio-centric approach, an international recruitment method is followed, and the managers are selected from different countries lying within different geographical region of a business. Or in simple words, we can say that the managers are selected from within the region of the world that closely resembles the host country. And in this case, in simple terms, we can say that in regiocentric approach, as the name indicate, the whole country is divided into different region, and for different region, they will be having different headquarters, and different persons will be managing those headquarters. So that is about a regiocentric approach. And in simple way, we can say that it will be providing improved coordination and control. That means a whole country is divided into different region, and for different region, they are having different objectives and policies formulated. So and they will be they need to manage only that particular region. So there will be improved coordination and control. And in regiocentrism is a regional orientation. That means they are giving more concentration to a particular region, and more economical and manageable. As we know that they will be producing as per the needs and wants of customers in a particular region only. So it is more economical and manageable. And subsidiaries consider regional environment for policy, strategy, and formulation also. And next is they will be having a managing director in the home country, and under this managing director they will be having chief executive officer in the subsidiary companies, and under the managing director they will be having different managers that will be research and development, finance, production, HR, marketing, and so on. So, and under the CEO also they will be having different operations. That will be they will be having different marketing managers in different regions. So this is about market what regiocentric orientation. So that's all about this video. In the next video, we can learn about geocentric orientation. Thank you for listening to me.